Hey,
Hey Kim, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, very well. We've been off this week, haven't we? But we thought it's important to keep up with our schedule for our newsletter and all this kind of good stuff. So today we're talking about something which I know you love. And but first of all, are you well yourself?
I am. I'm really good. I've had an amazing week, thank you, with my little girl. So it's been half term, and we've done all kinds of things. Like we've learned how to make pasta, we've made bread. My amazing brother was 50 yesterday, so we got to go and celebrate his birthday, which was epic. He is one awesome guy, um, and got to spend time with family. So it's been cool. How about you?
Super. Yeah, just been relaxing really, taking it easy, just spending a bit of time talking to my dad. He's kind of going through it at the moment. He's
Bless
nearly
him.
90 years old, right? So, you know. So I'm kind of
Oh,
coaching him a little bit in the way of like just trying to help him to focus on what's really important in his life, right? And he kind of gets a bit lost, like a lot of people do. And this is another reason why we're sort of talking about this really important topic, right? So who needs a coach? I mean, it's huge.
yeah, it's a great question, and I remember a few years ago having somebody say to me, "Oh, you're a coach, so you think you're better than everybody else," and I was like, "No, actually, if you think about it, if you think about all of the top athletes, politicians, business people, actors and actresses, they've all got a coach. And if that coach were actually better than them, then it'd be their name we knew, not the person. The point of a coach is that we all have blind spots, and we have blind spots for a reason. We can't see them. So, actually, the job of a coach is to help you see your blind spots, because once you can see them, you can solve them. So, it really is about saying, wouldn't it be great to have somebody who's completely on your side, who has got their only interest, their only form of success is for you to be the most successful that you can be. And therefore, it's in their interest to help you to become the most successful that you can be. And it's that real trusted space where you can share anything. There's no judgment, um, there's no opinion about what it is that you're trying to do. There's just somebody who is completely on your side, in your corner, and the only things they share with you are to help you to be your best. And I've been really fortunate. I had my first coach, um, from a leadership point of view, probably about 15 years ago now, and I still have a coach today because it's about being able to see our blind spots, and all of us have them. So even coaches need a coach, not because we're not able to coach, but actually because we can't see our own blind spots. We are blind to them. So if you really want to be the best that you can be, then you want to have somebody who's able to show you where you get in your own way.
Yeah, and also, I mean, coaches specialize in lots of different things, right? And for some people, like if you want to achieve, and become the best version of you, right? You might need five coaches, you might need 10 coaches, you might need one, you might need two or three, because not everyone specializes, like I say, in everything, right? And for example, if you were like an athlete, right, and you were a rugby player, you might need a strength and conditioning coach, you might need a nutritional coach, you might need a mindset coach. Like that's three coaches without even going anywhere near like your business life, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You might need more than one, or you might need a combination of someone who can coach you on things, somebody who can be a mentor if you, because one of the challenges is you can't always be coached on something, because being coached means that you know the answer, and it's about asking you the right questions to unlock that answer. But sometimes you don't know. It's an experience that you've never had before, and therefore what you might need is to have a bit more of a mentor, so somebody who's been there and done it, and therefore can share with you how they might approach it and how they might come across it. Or you might want to have a trusted advisor. There can be that whole balance that says it's about, a little bit like we were talking about when we've talked about imposter syndrome. It's about creating your thrive hive, those people that are going to be there to help you be your best. And sometimes you need that combination. You need the person that's going to be able to coach it out of you, the person that's going to be able to show you the way, the person that possibly is going to be your critical best friend, the person that's going to have your best interests at heart and therefore will give you the tough love that sometimes we all need.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are many benefits, right? I mean, what we're talking about really is moving beyond our roadblocks in life, which could be anywhere in our lives, right? They could be physical, they could be financial, they could be business wise. There can be many, right? But without actually understanding what's going on in your mind and how you're looking at these certain things, it's very difficult to kind of move beyond whatever challenges you might be facing, right? So having that person to ask you questions without judging you is hugely important. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, and I think it's about helping us get over our ego, because we often don't want to ask for help because we see it as a sign of weakness. And yet anybody that's ever asked anybody for help knows how much strength it took to actually have that initial conversation and say, I need some help, I need some support. Um, and I find, I talk to lots of coaches. I've got loads of coaches in my network, as have you. And actually, they're great at what it is that they do. They're great at their coaching, but actually, sometimes they need help in how to market themselves, how to create the niche, how to do a cash flow, or to run the business. Because actually, like with most businesses, you go into business and you are great at a specific thing. That's what you've gotten into business for. But all of a sudden, you start your business, and now you've got to be great at everything: your HR, your IT, your finance, your marketing, your sales, as well as whatever it is that you were there to do the skill for. And that's hard because you've got to try and learn all of these skills, find all this new knowledge, and run the business, when what you really want to do is the thing that you're great at, the thing that sets your world on fire, and that is the gift that you bring to the world. So it's, how do you find the right support, the right network to enable you to gain all of those skills and free you up to do the thing you're great at, whether that's as a coach or whether that's as a business owner. And coaching is one of the things that can unlock all of that for you, because you're going to get that knowledge and that support from people that already know how to do that stuff, and therefore can share with you proven techniques and actionable advice that allows you to actually just move forward and build the business that you're dreaming of.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, when you sort of start thinking about your life and how you want to focus on certain areas of your life, and if you want to do that, then you need to basically either, well, a combination of two: automation and having other people who it will implement that automation for you and perhaps work alongside you to do the things that you really don't like doing, because none of us want to do everything in our business, right? Otherwise, there would be certain things, maybe 3 things, 5 things that you love doing. Otherwise, you're kind of blunting your saw, really, in a way.
Well, yeah, because you've got to think about what's the thing that brings me joy. Because when you're doing something that brings you joy, it lights your world up, and you're great at it. And people can see that; they can see that joy. But very often, we get distracted from the things that bring us joy by the things that need to be done. But realizing in life that the thing that saps your joy is likely to be the thing that brings somebody else joy. So if you can kind of marry yourself up with those people and go, well, look, I really don't like this, but you love it. So I'm going to outsource this to you, which is going to allow me to go and do these things, which bring me joy. But we also know that all of this comes with cost, and it's about balancing that cost. So it's, how do you find a cost effective way to be able to get rid of the things that you don't enjoy doing, but have them done well, done competently, and adding that value and that service to your clients, whilst freeing you up to be able to go and do something that brings you joy, where you're really adding value. And I think that's what we're all here to do, is find our tribe, find the people that are going to do the things to the level we want them to do it, that going to add real value to our business, our organization, in a cost effective manner, to enable us then to go and do the thing that we know is where we add the most value.
Well, that's been enlightening as usual. And what amazes me with the number of coaches in the world who on LinkedIn, I think there are 7.2 million people who say that they are coaches, right? But then you have the coaching organizations who say that there are 80,000 coaches. So
71,000.
71. All right, I knew I was roughly around that sort of area. So it's kind of like, well, what's going on with the difference between 7.2 million and 72,000? Like, that's a huge difference, right? So what are all these people doing? Like, how are they learning how to coach? Where are they getting information from? Are they actually coaching? I don't know.
Well, it's one of the challenges. I mean, like coaching from a being able to get a qualification, as an example, there's over 500 different ways that you can get qualified. So finding the right way of qualifying can be a challenge. But equally, some people choose not to get qualified to coach because they know their specialism so well and they've been doing it for so many years that they move into it anyway. But one of the biggest challenges that we've found in the industry is it's unregulated, which means that we can have a lot of people who unfortunately might not know what they're doing as well as they should, and that can cause detriment not only to their clients but to the profession. But then equally, as coaches, it can sometimes be a very lonely world because you're working mainly on your own with your clients. So where do you get your support? Where do you go to find out how you run your business, how you set your strategy, you do your vision, you do your cash flow? How do you define your niche? How do you market yourself? How do you really do all those other elements of the business that maybe weren't your specialism? Well, your specialism was that you are really fantastic at mindset and you can help coach people into getting the right mindset, which is an amazing skill to have. But you now need to run that business. You need to do all of those other things and stop distracting yourself from the thing that goes well. And that's one of the reasons why we've launched the Elite Coaches Club, which is to provide a really reasonable and affordable community for people to be able to get that advice, that knowledge. So, every month we will share how you do these in really actionable step-by-step ways of you being able to create your niche, market yourself, get yourself out on PR so that people know who you are and get yourself recognized as a thought leader, build your brand and get clients coming to you instead of you constantly having to fight for clients. But we specifically wanted to give back. We wanted to be able to share all of the pitfalls that we've fallen in and how we got out of them so that people don't have to fall in them for themselves. But we didn't want it to be one of these yet again where people have got to go and pay a fortune, because that's not helpful. Small businesses these days need to be able to find affordable but actionable knowledge and support. And that's why right now we're doing it free for the first 30 days. And then after that, it'll be less than $1 a day for you to remain part of the club, to say, if we don't make it value add, if you don't see the return on investment, then actually cancel it, because that's on us to make sure that you do see the return on investment. And we know that we're using proven techniques that if you follow, you will get the results we've got.
Yeah. So in terms of like people finding the right coach, what advice have you got around that before we scoot off?
So I think for me, that finding the right coach, it's all about doing your research. So thinking about what is it, the specific skill that you're trying to develop, and then start researching the people that are saying that they specialize in that skill. And then the next thing, and it's the same in any form of business, it's about the relationship, it's about the connection. So I always say to people that wanting to come and be coached by me, let's have a conversation first, because you need to know that you can trust me. Because if you're not going to trust me, then you're not going to share with me what's really bothering you. And if I don't know what's really bothering you, I can help, but I won't be able to help as impactfully as I can if you trust me. So that first one is about the relationship. Go with your gut. Is this somebody that you know, like, and trust, that you believe is going to take care of the information you share with them in the way that you would like it taken care of? Because you're about to share something that's really personal. So take the time to invest in making sure that you've got the right choice, that you are connecting with the right person, and that there's somebody that you believe can help you. And if they're not willing to do those free coaching calls, like that first half an hour, to really understand you, then I would say that's probably not the right person for you, because you want somebody who's going to invest in you as much as you're going to be investing in them helping you.
Yeah. I mean, I think the key word here is help. Yeah. People have to have a genuine desire to help you. If they don't have that desire to help you and your family and your world to improve, right? Like genuinely, they're just thinking about themselves and the money, right? And we don't want to deal with that.
No, and I think, as you know, I believe in life, everybody wants three things. They want to be listened to, they want to be understood, and they want to be respected. So I always say to potential clients of mine, when you're having a conversation with me, you want to decide for yourself, do you think I'm going to listen? Do you think I'm going to understand? And do you think I'm going to respect you and your choices? Because that's what it's about. It's not about changing your choices to be what I would choose. It's about respecting you have the right to your choices. And my role is to help you to achieve them.
That's super. I always learn something new when I speak with you. That's why I love working with you every day. It's brilliant. It's so enjoyable, and I'm really looking forward to the Elite Coaches Club and growing that and helping lots of coaches to become more successful and streamline their businesses. So, yeah, we will pop a link somewhere, and if anyone wants more information on Elite Coaches Club, you can always find it on our website, which is mastermindset.co.uk. Thank you very much for watching. And thanks very much, Kim, for your time.
Fab. Speak to you soon. Take care.
Thanks for listening to Master Mindset.